wise fear not ignorance but the illusion of knowledge. A foolish man believes he is wise. The truly wise know they know nothing. We who walk the path of Stoicism understand this well. Intelligence is not the mere accumulation of facts. It is discipline, self-mastery, and the relentless pursuit of truth. But stupidity, it is not the absence of knowledge. It is the refusal to seek wisdom. Let us unveil the 6 signs of a foolish man, as seen through the unflinching eyes of the Stoic mind. If you recognize these in yourself, take heed. The path to wisdom begins with acknowledgement. 1. The slave to emotion. The foolish man is a slave, chained not by iron but by his own emotions. He allows anger to rule him, pride to blind him, and fear to paralyze him. Epictetus warned, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. To be enraged at insults is to surrender your power to the weak." A Stoic remains unmoved by the winds of emotion, for he knows that to control himself is the greatest mastery of all. We do not say, "Feel nothing." We say, "Feel, but do not be controlled." The fool lashes out in rage. The wise man absorbs the blow and remains standing. To strengthen oneself against emotion, one must train the mind. Meditate daily upon your reactions. Why do you become angry? Why do you fear? Break yourself down so that you may build anew. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." True wisdom is not the absence of feeling, but the control of it. 2. The lover of excuses. A man who refuses to take responsibility for his own actions is doomed to stagnation. The weak blame fate, others, or circumstance. The strong ask only, "What is within my control?" Seneca reminds us, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Excuses are the chains of the mind. The foolish man shackles himself with them and wonders why he cannot walk forward. A Stoic does not allow himself the luxury of self-pity. He does not cry over the unfairness of the world. He accepts it, and within its harsh reality, he carves his own path. Ask yourself, do I own my failures, or do I search for an external villain? The wise take failure as a lesson, a brutal but necessary teacher. The fool, on the other hand, weeps over his own misfortunes and blames the gods for what is truly his own doing. 3. The seeker of constant pleasure. The fool believes happiness lies in indulgence. He chases fleeting highs, drowning himself in distractions, gluttony, or excess. But true joy is found not in abundance, but in temperance. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." A mind addicted to pleasure is a mind enslaved. A Stoic enjoys what life provides, but is never owned by it. He drinks, but never to drunkenness. He loves, but never to obsession. He embraces comfort, but never to weakness. Look to history, and you will see this truth reflected in the greatest minds. The Roman emperors who fell into ruin did so not from a lack of power, but from an excess of indulgence. The fool believes that pleasure is the ultimate goal, yet the wisest men, Epictetus, Seneca, Aurelius, warn us that true happiness is only found in self-discipline. The arrogant mind. The fool speaks much but learns little. He believes himself wise and therefore stops seeking wisdom. This is the greatest of tragedies, to be blind to one's own ignorance. Socrates, the forefather of philosophy, admitted, "I know that I know nothing." The moment we cease to question, we cease to grow. The wise man listens more than he speaks, for he knows that every person, no matter how lowly, can teach him something. Arrogance is the coffin of wisdom. If we wish to be wise, we must first be humble. To battle arrogance, one must adopt the practice of daily reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself, where was I foolish? What did I learn? This is the way of the philosopher. The fool, however, clings to his false certainty, and in doing so, he ensures his own stagnation. 5. The fearful of hardship. The foolish man prays for an easy life. He avoids struggle, hides from discomfort, and fears adversity. But we who follow the Stoic path embrace hardship, for we know that suffering is the forge of greatness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." To face difficulty is to be given a gift, the gift of fortitude. Pain is not your enemy. Fear of pain is. The strong man welcomes the storm, for he knows that steel is hardened by fire. The foolish man runs from it and remains forever weak. Look at those who have achieved greatness. None have done so without suffering. The strongest warriors are not born in peace but forged in war. If you run from adversity, you run from your own strength. 6. The scornful of philosophy. Finally, the ultimate mark of a fool is his rejection of wisdom itself. He scoffs at philosophy, dismisses self-discipline, and mocks those who seek virtue. But as Seneca wrote, "If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable." Without philosophy, a man drifts aimlessly, pulled by every fleeting desire and fear. To reject philosophy is to reject the guidance that has shaped the greatest minds in history. To deny wisdom is to choose ignorance. Yet even now, in a world that has largely forgotten the wisdom of the ancients, we can still walk the path of the philosopher. We can still seek knowledge, discipline our minds, and reject the easy road of indulgence. Let us not fall into the arrogance of thinking philosophy is for others, while we remain above it. No, we must humble ourselves and embrace the teachings that have stood the test of time. The foolish man is not doomed. He is simply lost. But the path to wisdom is always open. The first step? To recognize folly within oneself and cast it out like poison. Look within. Do you see these signs in yourself? Then rejoice, for you are not blind, and those who see have the power to change. The road is difficult. The trials are many, but those who walk the path of wisdom will find themselves unbreakable. Let us walk it together.